According to fiscal law, the term reverse charge stands for the process of ascribing tax liability to the buyer, more specifically, the VAT liability. This means that the buyer settles VAT-related costs on a delivery or service, not with the supplier, but rather directly with the Revenue Office. However, a beneficiary who is entitled to input tax deductions may additionally offset the VAT to be paid in the form of an input tax. In this case, the beneficiary incurs both the VAT and the input tax costs, which then balance each other out. A reverse charge simplifies VAT payments, at least on part of the supplier, and reduces the corresponding bureaucratic costs. Despite the fact the suppliers do not settle VAT payments in cases of missing trader frauds, they are nevertheless claimed by beneficiaries in the form of input taxes. The reverse charge mechanism prevents these situations by keeping all VAT and input taxes under one roof. If the recipient wants to receive a fund in the form of input tax from the Revenue Office, he must also clearly specify the VAT included on the invoice. Since reverse charges make tax systems less susceptible to fraud, many European industries nowadays see this procedure as a mandatory part of any transaction. To create a VAT on reverse charge form, first, you need to select the vendor and purchase invoice. Once this is done, click the Fill from Purchase Invoice button. As a result, the items and their details are retrieved from the selective purchase invoice and copied to VAT on reverse charge. Nevertheless, you can edit the information provided and overwrite it if necessary. In the VAT Details section, we will find additional information about VAT charged on added goods and services. Here, we can also see the VAT number and vendor's VAT number. In the Documents Total section, we can find information on the default transaction currency. We can also see the net and VAT amounts of all the goods and services. Here, you will also find the currency of the invoice and the currency amount. This is the price without the VAT. Once we are done, click the Save button. Don't forget to click on the Post button. Remember, if you don't post a document, the system sees it as a draft and doesn't take it into consideration.